After mother-in-law's paralysis procedures, husband lived with her for 4 years. What happened next shocked them both. "I'm Jennifer," I began, my voice trembling slightly as I recounted the tumultuous journey of my marriage. "My husband Austin and I met at a work party when I was 23. He's slightly older than me, but I didn't mind at all. Austin is a pretty attractive guy, so I had no idea why he was still single." "Turns out," I continued, my voice lowering to a whisper, "it was because of his childhood friend, Aurora. You see, Austin and Aurora were born only 3 months apart. Austin's mom, Lori, was very close to Aurora's mom, so from the very beginning, they hoped that their children would be together. While Aurora's mom discarded the idea early on, Aurora and Lori clung to it. Austin was never interested in Aurora, but she always thought they were destined to be together." "From what I heard from Austin," I said, my voice laced with a hint of sadness, "he had a troubled relationship with her. He said, 'I doubt you will have a good relationship with Aurora. She doesn't like me dating people. Unfortunately, she has this notion in her head that we will be together. She has already sabotaged all my past relationships. Why do you still keep her around? You should have cut her off a long time ago.'" "It's not that easy, Jennifer," Austin had explained, his voice heavy with a burden I couldn't fully comprehend. "When a person is with you for almost 3 decades, it's hard to cut them off. Plus, Mom would never accept my decision. I have tried in the past, but Mom didn't let it happen." "Why does your mom push you to have a relationship with Aurora? You're not interested?" I had inquired, my brow furrowed with confusion. "Well, Mom also wants me to settle down with Aurora. She has the same fantasies as Aurora does. Aurora and Mom can be quite a team when they want to be, and that is all the time," Austin replied, his voice tinged with resignation. With that, my hopes of having a good relationship with Lori went out the window as well. From the very beginning of our relationship, I knew it wouldn't be an easy one. However, nothing could prepare me for the vicious and conniving humans that were Lori and Aurora. I have simply lost count of how many times they humiliated me. First, they tried to trick Austin into thinking I cheated on him. Then they tried to ruin our dates by showing up unannounced and joining us. Austin had a hard time standing up to them. His mother had a lot of control over him, especially since his dad was never in the picture. For years, I put up with the humiliation. I did retaliate but never backed down. I couldn't be very mean to them because of my personality, but I did stand up for myself. The problem was that Austin wasn't cutting them out. I didn't press him to cut off Lori, partly because my mom was no longer with us, so I knew the pain of not having a mom around. But as long as Lori was in the picture, so was Aurora. Aurora never backed down. She always said, "Don't get too comfortable with my man, Jennifer. Everyone knows Austin is mine. He's only playing around for fun before he settles with me. We have everything set." "Is that why he desperately keeps getting away from you?" I had asked, my voice laced with a mixture of anger and disbelief. "The last time I checked, Austin made it clear that he didn't want you. Why don't you leave my man alone and get one for yourself? Go ahead and delude yourself, Jennifer. Austin will be mine. Just wait and watch. I will do everything in my power to take him away from you," Aurora had declared, her voice dripping with malice. She did try a lot of things, especially when Austin and I got engaged. I won't go into detail about what she did. It will only trigger me and just depress me further. Let's just give you an example. This woman, Aurora, literally showed up to our wedding in a white ball gown. My maid of honor threw her out, and Austin supported my decision. Hell, even Aurora's mom apologized to us for her daughter's behavior. Things never got better, even after our marriage. We moved to a different state to get away from them. Lori was fully dependent on Austin, which annoyed me, but I didn't have the heart to say anything. They did try to make us come back. Austin and I were firm in our decision. For the first year, we had some peace away from Lori and Aurora. However, something happened just after our first wedding anniversary. Lori called Austin and said, "Austin, I'm in the hospital. I had a terrible accident that damaged my spine. I've been here for a while. The doctors are saying that I cannot walk." "Mom, how did this happen? Why didn't you call me sooner?" Austin asked, his voice filled with concern. "I didn't want to disturb you, Austin. I know you and Jennifer want some time away from me. Aurora has been looking after me and helping me, but I need my son, Austin. Jennifer, if you are listening, can you please allow him to come and see me? I cannot move, and I need help. If Austin stays with me for some time, I will become better, Lori pleaded, her voice weak. Don't worry, Lori. Positive things will get better. Austin can go and stay there for a while. I understand that he needs you, I assured her, my voice trying to sound calm and reassuring. Hearing about Lori's condition made me feel sad for her. Plus, Austin was devastated and kept blaming himself for keeping his distance from Lori. All this made me realize that I needed to let him go for at least a while. So Austin packed up and went to Lori's place. As Lori needed a new, wheelchair-accessible place, I even offered my house so that she could stay there in peace. That was one of the worst decisions I made in my life. As soon as Austin was with Lori, he became a little distant from me. My mother-in-law would take up all his time and keep calling for help. When we talked or FaceTimed, honestly, I was getting sick of her. I also saw that Aurora was over-offering to help Lori. That pissed me off as well, but I didn't say anything. They were going through a tough time after all. Unfortunately, Austin did little to help. One day he called me and said, "Jennifer, I'm so sorry. It looks like I will be here for a while. Mom is nowhere near getting better. The doctor says that it will take at least 2 years. I have put in a transfer request at my job." Wait, what? Are you moving there permanently? What about me, Julius? I asked, my voice laced with panic. Not permanent. I will only stay till Mom gets better. I don't want to be away from you, but your work won't allow you to stay here. I need to be with my mom. I hope you can understand. I am sorry, he explained, his voice filled with a mixture of guilt and desperation. There was nothing I could do. All I did was agree with his decision, but I did tell him to keep strict boundaries with Aurora. He agreed immediately. Those 2 years then became 4. For whatever reason, Lori didn't recover. Every 6 months, I used to be hopeful for Austin's return. Then Lori would come back from the doctor and tell him that they needed more time. This went on for 4 years. Yes, I was stupid because I didn't want to separate Austin from his mom. In the 4th year, I had had enough. I couldn't visit Austin and Lori because I didn't want to be around Lori. Plus, my work was too hectic and didn't allow much relief. Austin did visit a couple of times, but it wasn't enough. So I decided to finally beg for a long leave and surprised Austin with a visit. However, the visit will never go as I planned. As soon as I stepped into the house, I found no sign of Lori or Austin. Instead, I heard faint noises of a child coming from a room. I was immediately alarmed and quietly went to check it out. What I found blew me away. I had never expected to be met with such a surprise. There was Aurora and Lori happily playing with a child. From what I heard, the child was Austin's son. I stood there for a long time without telling them. When the initial shock of seeing them was over, I immediately went into the room. I also made sure to record everything so that no one could flip their stories on me. I went in and said, "What the hell is going on here? How did you get inside? We never heard you come in. Austin and I both have a freaking key." "Lori, what is Aurora doing here, and who is the kid?" I demanded, my voice shaking with anger and confusion. "Well, I'm here because Austin is in a relationship with me, and this is our son. Austin is his father. We've been together for the past 4 years, Aurora explained confidently, her voice laced with an air of triumph. "Hey, pause for a moment. Would you care to support us? Like this video and subscribe for more. Now let's dive back into the story." "So this is what you guys have been up to? Oh, what about your paralysis, Lori? Was that an excuse to make Austin live here?" I retorted, my voice dripping with sarcasm. "How else would I have separated you from him? Austin and Aurora belong together. They were destined to be together since they were children. Austin only married you because you have money. Once he got it all, he came back to Aurora. You are nothing to Austin, Jennifer. He will never be yours. He refused to divorce you because you gave us a nice lifestyle. Even if you leave now, you will have to give him half of your money," Lori accused, her voice laced with bitterness and resentment. "Oh, we will see about that. Aurora, you all will pay for this. I can promise you that," I said firmly, my voice resolute, my eyes burning with a newfound determination. I left the room and went to the porch. As soon as I was there, I broke down in tears. I didn't care if they heard. While I was crying my eyes out, I had some lingering doubts that Austin was lying to me. So I called Austin and said, "Why the hell is Aurora and a kid in our house, Austin? She has been telling me that the kid is yours. What the hell is going on? Tell me the truth before I do something drastic." "What are you saying, Jennifer? Aurora is only here for a few weeks. She lost her apartment, so she's been staying with us for 2 weeks. I'm so sorry I didn't tell you. The kid is not mine. Austin explained desperately, his voice laced with panic. I swear that is not my child. I don't know why Aurora said that, Jennifer. I would never cheat on you. The only reason I didn't go back home is because Mom has been sick, Austin pleaded, his voice trembling. I would never cheat on you. I already told you that. You know Aurora has tried time and time again to break us up. She is just lying to you. I only let her in because she has been helping my mom with all the doctor's appointments. Lori admitted suddenly. It all made sense to me. Freaking Lori and Aurora set everything up so that they could trap Austin. I was beyond shocked. Even Austin looked pretty devastated as he cried and begged me to believe him. Then he burst into the house to confront them. He called Aurora and Lori out, and immediately they came running. I noticed that Lori was now using the wheelchair. That further proved that Austin wasn't lying. After the ruling, he said, Aurora, why the hell are you telling Jennifer that your son is mine? Are you insane? I would never cheat on her with you or anyone else. What is wrong with you? I don't know what you were talking about, Austin. Jennifer must be lying to you. She hated the fact that I was helping Lori. She had no mercy for a disabled woman, Aurora defended herself, her voice laced with a mixture of anger and defiance. Yeah, how can you shout at Aurora when all she did was help your ungrateful wife? She didn't even come to see me. She's trying to take you away from me, Austin. You have to see it, Lori chimed in, her voice dripping with a mixture of resentment and manipulation. Mom, I know that you are not paralyzed. Quit the acting. I have video proof from Jennifer that you have been lying to me, Austin said, his voice filled with a mixture of anger and disbelief. He took out his phone and played the video for everyone to see. The look on their faces was awful. They immediately went pale and then started to cry. Austin was fuming at this point and said, Stop with the tears. I want to know why you did this. Why are you trying to destroy my life, Mom? I spent 4 years of my life away from Jennifer because of you. I need answers. I did this so you can be with your true love, Austin. That witch Jennifer doesn't deserve you. Aurora and you are meant to be together. Yes, you know, Austin, that we are meant to be. I even stayed single for you. I care about you and Lori unlike your gold digger wife, Lori explained, her voice laced with a mixture of desperation and delusion. You call me a gold digger, but you are the one who's tricking my husband. You are a homewrecker. How dare you call me that? I'm going to be Austin's new wife. You just wait and see, Aurora retaliated, her voice filled with a mixture of anger and desperation. That's enough, Aurora. I'm a married man and you know I would never leave Jennifer. I'm tired of your behavior, and you too, Mom. I think it's about time you leave, Austin said, his voice firm and resolute. That's when I took the opportunity to get my revenge against them. I took my phone and opened the contact for the local police. I showed them the number and said, I want you two out of the house right now. I pitied Lori because I thought she was sick. Now I know that everything was a plan to steal my husband. I won't tolerate this anymore. Get out. Aurora and Lori, you can't kick us out. This is my son's house. He won't allow it, Lori protested, her voice filled with a mixture of desperation and defiance. My son will never turn his back on me, and I will not allow Aurora to be kicked out, Lori continued, her voice laced with a mixture of manipulation and desperation. Mom, what the hell are you talking about? This is not my house, Austin said, his voice filled with a mixture of anger and confusion. That's right, Lori. This is my old childhood home. I let you live here out of pity. Now, if you two don't leave, I will call the police, I said, my voice firm and resolute. Aurora and Lori looked shocked by my revelation. I guess they never figured out that the house belonged to me. They looked scared and immediately started to beg Austin to let them stay. Austin, you can't let your wife kick out your poor mother. You know I am sick, Lori pleaded, her voice laced with a mixture of desperation and manipulation. I don't care. I feel sorry that your son has you as his mom. You have disrespected my wife and me enough. You need to leave, Austin said, his voice firm and resolute. Aurora and Lori kept pleading with Austin and emotionally blackmailing him. They also verbally attacked me and told me that I was destroying their relationship with Austin. When the verbal abuse escalated, I immediately called the cops for help. The cops arrived and found Aurora trying to lunge at me and grab my hair. She was immediately arrested and taken into the cop car. Aurora's son also went with the police so they could locate a legal guardian and hand him over. Now, technically, Lori qualified as a tenant, so I couldn't kick her out. However, the officers told her to find another place to avoid conflict. Me and Austin quickly called Lori's friend who came and took her away. When they were gone, Austin broke down and apologized to me. He said, "I'm so sorry, Jennifer. I know I made a mistake by allowing Aurora into the house. Mom kept pressuring me to house her. She was already taking care of her and driving her to the doctor, so the guilt got to me." Do you realize that Aurora was taking care of Lori so that you cannot find out their plan? She intentionally drove your mom to the doctor because they knew you would catch Lori pretending to be paralyzed, I said, my voice laced with a mixture of anger and disbelief. Oh my God, Jennifer, I never thought of it that way. It never crossed my mind. Aurora was always so close to Mom, I just thought she was helping out, Austin said, his voice filled with a mixture of shock and regret. I think that's when the full betrayal of Aurora and Lori started to hit Austin. It was ugly. There was a lot of crying on both sides. Even I had to let out my emotions. After getting through the storm that day, we talked about a lot of things and ultimately decided to press charges against Aurora for trying to attack me. As for Lori, the first thing we did the next morning was get an eviction notice. The next day, we did get a call from Aurora's mom. She said that she had her grandson in her custody. Aurora never informed her then boyfriend about the child since he was in a different state. He never found out. As soon as he knew, he decided to fly down to our city. From what she told me, he will be filing for full custody. Aurora's violent behavior towards me would easily help him in court. It looked like Aurora would lose custody of her son. It was all bizarre to us. She kept her son from his father so that Austin would play dad to him. We also got the eviction papers in 2 days and served Lori. She was still at her friend's house who did not approve of her scheming ways. She kept her tantrums limited to her house so that she couldn't disturb us. From what we heard, she is devastated and still blames me for everything. I'm not even surprised at this point. As for me and Austin, things are not much better, even after months after the incident. We are both back in our old home and trying to get past what happened. Don't worry, couples counseling is on and going well. Austin is super pissed at his mom and Aurora for almost ruining his marriage. Aurora ended up losing custody of her son while the bio dad got emergency custody. As for Lori, she is still at a friend's house who is pushing her to get a job since Austin has promised never to help his mom again. Looks like she will be back to work after all. Let's conclude the story shortly. The ordeal with Aurora and Lori left a deep scar on our marriage, but it also strengthened our bond. We learned to communicate more openly and honestly, and we vowed to never let anyone come between us again. Austin's relationship with his mother was irrevocably broken, and while he felt a pang of sadness for her, he knew he had made the right decision for his happiness. Aurora was eventually found guilty of assault and battery and served a short sentence in jail. She lost custody of her son, who was finally reunited with his father. Lori, on the other hand, never recovered from the humiliation of being exposed and evicted. She moved from a friend's house to a friend's house, unable to find a stable footing. The whole experience taught me a valuable lesson. Trust your instincts, stand up for yourself, and never let anyone manipulate you into sacrificing your happiness. Austin and I are still together, stronger than ever. We are grateful for the lessons learned and for the love that has weathered the storm. We are finally living in peace, free from the shadow of Aurora and Lori. And while we may never forget the pain they caused, we are determined to move forward, building a future filled with love, laughter, and unwavering trust. After experiencing the full journey of our story, we'd love to hear your thoughts. How did the story resonate with you? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay blessed. Thank you for watching and see you in the next story.